Hey, flower friends. It is your friend in flowers, Lisa Mason Ziegler, and I had to come out here and stand outside. It is just such a beautiful fall day here, and to feel the sunshine on my face, even though it's shadowing me, I don't even care, y'all. Suzanne and I have been working upstairs in the studio all morning, so I was going to take full advantage of just standing out here with you guys. And look at my cool flower garden over there, y'all. How about that? Andrew finished mulching it this morning, and that garden will be ultimately just really topped with leaves. But the problem that we experience using leaves in our pathways is leaves aren't falling yet, right? And of course, instantly, weeds start growing as soon as we make the beds. So anyway, so a lot of great stuff. Our deer fence is up. I'm feeling pretty confident because of that. So if you've never joined us for Ask a Flower Farmer, this is how it works. If you'd like for me to try to answer your question, post it in the bubble down below with the question mark in it. That way I don't lose your question in all the comments and names that are scrolling past here, right? Anything to do with flower farming, cool flowers, seed starting, flower farming business, or maybe you have a question about the free live webinar I'm doing tonight, y'all. I did one yesterday, where to sell cut flowers. It's finding the market for your flowers. Friends, I so love teaching live. I mean, it was intense, but it was so awesome. And if you would like, it's free. So you guys, comment sales 101 here, sales and the numbers 101. We'll DM you the link to sign up, or you can go to our website, or you can drop into my profile. But it's free, and it's tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and it's an hour long. And I am teaching about 14 different sales channels to sell cut flowers, as well as a 15th that is the one that has been a big part of my business for 20 years. And friends, I am giving you all the details on that one. That is my members only market. You may have heard me speak of it through the time, but for those people that sign up to the webinar tonight, we're giving you 2 PDF downloads that get emailed to you. It's all the details. It's the sales text, how I sold my members only market, and then all the behind the scenes. And this is the worksheet. So if you sign up, you get, how you get a screen that has all the details. Scroll there and print out the worksheet, y'all. That's what this is. You don't have to fill anything out. We're going to do this tonight in the class, going through these 14 different sales channels. And y'all, I'm just telling you, you don't want to miss it. There's just some really great announcements that I make during that, as well as teach you about the possibilities of where you can sell your flowers. So check that out. All right, now, and we had people, it was international last night. We had Spain, the Czech, the UK, Australia, all over the United States. It was such a great crowd. And then I do a wrap-up Q&A at the end. So friends, you just don't want to miss it. So comment sales 101 and we will DM you the link, or you can just visit our website, thegardenersworkshop.com. It's at the top of every page, or you can just hit my profile here in IG and it's in there. So anyway, I couldn't forget to actually talk about that. So I see I have a couple of questions, and so if you have any questions about cool flowers, so we have just gotten our direct seeding done, our transplants are in the ground, our pathways are mulched. I am like, I just love being at this stage I'm in right now. Doesn't mean everything's going to go well. But today on the sewing circle, which is when I meet up with my club members, today I'm sowing our sweet peas. So I haven't even done our sweet peas yet. Sweet peas we do later. And so I'm sowing my sweet peas today in the Swift Blocker along with my club members. And then next week we will starting our insurance plan sowings. Those are things that I or Bobo, one of us thinks, you know what, they don't look so hot out there in the field. Maybe we ought to just restart them just in case. And they may not even get planted, but it's an insurance policy. It's like a seatbelt, y'all, right? How often do you need a seatbelt? You hope never, but you have it on just in case. that's what we do with insurance restarts on plants. So check that out. I can't believe there's only 2 questions down here, y'all. All right, I'm going to jump down here and start answering some questions. Hi, Lisa. I'm in zone 7A. First off, if you have a question, be sure you post it down in the bubble with the question mark. Don't put it in the comments because I'll miss it there. I'm in zone 7A. The weather looks warm for at least the next 2 weeks, high in the 70s and lows in the 40s. Can I still direct sow cool flowers? Yes, that sounds like perfect cool flower weather. They need that cool, it's the cool nights that really tell the seeds that it's time to break dormancy and sprout. So yes, for sure, I would definitely go ahead and direct sow your seeds. And, that's what we're looking for. We used to call it Indian summer. I don't know if that's correct anymore or not, but that is like warmish days and cool nights. And that's what we're experiencing here. Actually, it's a little hot right now that I'm standing out here in the sun with a black jacket on. But the sun is out and it's clear, and the temperatures tend to climb during the day, but nighttime are cool, and that's what you're looking for. So go for it. And here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be so much better about watering my direct sown stuff. You should do it every day. I don't, and that slows it down. But if you do that and water them every day, they should do fine. And we do that all by hand. All the watering in the fall is done by hand. All right. What are your favorite most productive flowers? Well, they're all favorites. My favorite is the one that's cutting in the bucket and ready to be sold. That's literally true. But you can see all the flowers that I grow. I mean, not only from my book, the Cut Flower Handbook, those are literally the same flowers that I grow, but also the seeds that we offer on our website. Those are the same plants that I grow. So you can get a really great indication. And if something is everything I grow is productive. That's why I grow it, right? And so I can't, and so that, to say that there's about 60 of them, I think there's 66 in the Cut Flower Handbook. But those would be my go-tos. There's 25 warms and there's 41 cools in the Cut Flower Handbook. And those are literally my go-to cuts for productivity and easy to grow. What cool flowers get a low tunnel and which ones don't? Well, low tunnels, it all depends on what you're talking about. I don't make any plastic low tunnels. I mean, our low tunnels are only wire with lightweight row cover, and none of them require a lightweight row cover because I only plant those cool flowers that are winter hardy in my winter hardiness zone. I use low tunnels for wind protection and varmint protection. So I only start using those when we have wind and varmint issues. And now, because I use a deer fence, I have an electrified portable deer fence, I don't have to use it for deer. But we definitely, once winter gets revved up, going below 20 degrees at night, and the wind's blowing, that's when I use low tunnels. After planting cool flower transplants in a bed prepared with added, do you fertilize again before spring? So that's, I'm going to have to peel my coat, y'all. Let me put these papers down. Whew, getting hot. So that's how warm it is here. I had to just peel my coat off. No, we do not fertilize again. And, once you get up and running in a flower farming business, meaning you're doing all the parts of a flower farm, seed starting, planting, weeding, cutting, maintaining, selling, delivering, learning, and researching. You don't have a lot of time to do all the things that you want to do, obviously. And for me, that one of those things is fertilizing beyond what we do at bed prep. I would love to foliar feed. I would love to once a month, you can do it once a week, run fertilizer through the irrigation, but we just don't do it. We just never have. And because we have built our soil in such a way that it's not really necessary. So we bed prep, we add the dry organic fertilizer, the same stuff that we sell on our website, according to directions, and then that's all they pretty much get. It would be really nice in spring once they start regrowing to give them a spray, a hose bubble bath with fish seaweed, to give them a little jump start, but that rarely happens here for us. And I think you can see that our level of production is incredible here. So it's really all about your soil, friends. And when you use organic fertilizers, that contributes to your soil instead of killing it like synthetics do, right? So that all makes a big difference. Should I dig up eucalyptus? Should I dig up eucalyptus plants that's a foot tall? You're in zone 6B. So in 6B, you're not going to be able, I don't think, to overwinter a eucalyptus plant outdoors in a garden or a field. So if you don't have a hoop house that it's growing in currently, then you just let it go. You restart. The eucalyptus is the first seed that I start in January. That's kind of like my New Year's seed start, is all the eucalyptus seeds that I can get my hands on, right? And it is far better to start a new seedling to have ready to go in the ground as soon as it's warm enough to plant in spring than it is to try to do something with this old plant that you're going to dig up and shock the heck out of that's just probably not going to adjust properly. You're going to get better results from a new plant. And then, if you ever do get a hoop house, that's what you want to actually grow in it, is a ton of eucalyptus, because that is just a big cash crop. But in 6B, I don't think you can winter over outside. Field of flowers. Lisa, I'm Texas zone 8B. I'm 8A, I think. I took your When Do I Plant Cool Flower class. I did the paperwork, but I'm late. I haven't started. If I'm this behind and started my September things now, it's October 17th. Here in Virginia, it's October 23rd, I think. Do I have to now wait until next season? What do I do? Those are such great questions. And I say go for it. Because you are in a warmish zone like me, meaning we typically don't get heavy snow load, if at all, right? And we don't get those really deep, dark, cold temperatures. I would say start your seeds immediately and know that you might, if it does get cold, before you can get them in the ground and give them some of that warmth time to get established, you need to cuddle them a little bit. And how I would do that is to use the wire hoops and the row cover. Plan on it right after you plant them, perhaps providing them with that just to give them that little extra oomph from the heat concentration. And if you need those things, you'll find them at thegardenersworkshop.com. We ship so many hoops to Texas. It's kind of crazy. We talk about it, actually. We have so many Texas followers and customers. So that's what I would do. Definitely do it. Direct seed now. And so, yeah, you're not too late. If we were talking in December, I'd say, maybe, maybe not, but you should be fine. Home gardener here. I have landscape beds that I amend with cool flowers. Would it make sense to scatter your organic fertilizer over the whole bed? I don't turn over the soil. Yes. So you can definitely use the organic fertilizer, the dry pelleted fertilizer. It's actually a chicken litter based fertilizer. You can definitely scatter that on the top of the soil. And it's helpful to scratch it in a little bit. But know this, if you have a dog and the dog has access to those beds, my dog loves to eat this stuff. I mean, he'll walk behind me eating it as fast as I put it down. That's why I always incorporate it to prevent that problem from happening. I literally don't ever put it down with him outside. I mean, he goes in the house. He doesn't even know what we're doing out here. We apply it. We incorporate it into the soil. And, and you can actually get away with them even knowing it. But even putting the fertilizer on the soil surface is beneficial. Organic fertilizers feed the microbes that are in the soil, and the microbes in the soil are what take care of your plants and deliver everything, moisture, nutrients, all of it. That's very simplified, but that's the bottom line, y'all. And when you use synthetics, they actually damage those microbes, which explains why you need more synthetic fertilizer to get better results. Hello, Lisa. Can you discuss removing weeds and grass in the fall? Well, I'm not sure what you might be removing it for. You're talking about for making beds, maybe. And so it just really depends on your method of farming or gardening even. I mean, if you were to think about this in the middle of summer, you could use a silage tarp when it's high heat. Don't know what's going on out there. You can use a silage tarp to extinguish, toast, kill all the vegetation that's underneath that tarp. That would be my number one choice. You can, if it's actually sod or a carpet of stuff, you can actually cut it and lift it like it's sod, meaning rolling it up and taking it away somewhere to expose the soil underneath. You can till it. And of course, there's always herbicides, which, I used to use herbicides a long, long time ago, and we don't anymore. We just have found other ways. But here's the thing about herbicides that people don't even understand. Even when you use herbicides, they grow back if you don't do something to stop the weeds from coming back. So it really depends on what kind of plant it is. Is it a perennial? Like we have tons of Bermuda grass here, and nut grass. Or is it annual stuff? Is it grasses that have to reseed to make more plants? So that's kind of a loaded question, and I do talk about that a little bit in the Cut Flower Handbook. Still waiting on soil test results. Should I just add the organic fertilizer with new soil? So we use the dry organic fertilizer. That's the only thing that we really add to our soil without a soil test telling us to add something else. And the whole bottom line is this. When you're growing like I'm growing and like you might be growing, where you're a vegetable garden or a flower garden where you're planting and reaping and planting and reaping over and over and over again, that soil requires more, and so that's why we apply the general purpose organic fertilizer according to directions and what the application is, because we're demanding a lot more from that soil. Now, a landscape might not need that. I mean, if you have borderline soil, for sure, do the fertilization according to the directions that's on the bag, right? But I don't fertilize my landscape, not that I have much landscape, but it's like I plant stuff, we plant it right, we plant it at the right time, and we have pretty decent soil here, and they thrive. You don't need to do that. So yes, I would apply it according to directions, and you don't need a soil test to tell you for that. It's the other stuff about lime and then specific components that might be needed depending on your test results. Any idea why I'm getting thin spindly stems on overwintered snapdragons? Zone 9B, planting at 9 inches apart. So, with this jet, I'm in Jet Alley. But we love them. We call them the brothers. There'll be another one coming here in just a minute. They're doing touchdowns at the local airport. Here he comes. His brother. They love showing off. Sometimes they're so low we could almost wave to them. Anyway, why are your snapdragons spindly? Spindly can mean low light. So if you've had them covered, if you're in zone 9B, I would think you would not have overwintered. So this is like, I had to stop and think, this isn't spring, this is still winter. So are you thinking some from last year? Spindly means low nutrition, over pinching, low light. poor drainage. I mean, it can really be a lot of different things. But if what I find sometimes is people are quick to put row covers on. And when you use a row cover, that blocks some light. That's why I use the lightweight. It allows 85%. So those are the things that I would consider: poor drainage, low nutrition, low light, just not happy, right? And over pinching. Did I say that? Sorry. What flowers to plant for a beginner? So both of my books, if you're just getting started with Cool Season Hardy Annuals, which is the stuff like Snapdragons and Sweet Peas and Bells of Ireland, I definitely recommend my book, Cool Flowers. It is the simple, easy step to be introduced to the concept and how to do it and figure out what you plant when. And again, all the flowers in my books are the same ones that I grow, and I grow them because they're prolific and they're easy keepers, and we just have really great results with them. All right. Why not direct sow Ami? Well, you can direct sow a lot of stuff. We have the best success with starting Ami indoors normally, and so it's so funny. We're just working on a project for something like this, and Suzanne and I were just sitting upstairs talking about some of the flowers we were talking about. It's like, well, there are people that direct sow that, but she reminds me, but that's not what we do. And we do the quickest, easiest, most successful way in our experience. That's all I can base it on, right? Is our experience. So, I mean, by all means, my way is not the only way, but you can do whatever works best for you. But 100%, if you ask commercial farmers, planting transplants is far less labor and more successful than direct seeding anything. There's just a lot more labor involved when you direct sow. All right. Oh, I already answered that one. I didn't hit the right button, y'all. Wait a minute. I'm planting my cool flowers today. Good job, Kim. And my Maya Rebecca just don't look good. Do I have time to start them over or wait till January? My Goldilocks and Triloba look great. So, Kim, that's just a really great question. And that's those insurance policy plans that I was kind of talking about. And so I think because we're talking about Rudbeckia, which is super winter hardy, and if I remember, I think you're in the same zone that I'm in zone 8, you should be fine. And I will tell you something else that I've learned this on Rudbeckia and Black and Sweet William, Dianthus. Sometimes their transplants can be the puniest little things. They just don't look good, but my gosh, you've been growing them for 4 or 5 weeks, so you think I'll plant them and start some more, and they go on to do beautifully. They just rebound really, really well, and I think it's because they are so cool season lovers, and when you plant them out in the garden heading into our kind of winters, they just hit the ground running. So I'd plant them, but it won't hurt to start more, right? And Maya, for anybody that hasn't grown, the Maya Rebecca, holy cow, it is like a dahlia type double of Black-Eyed Susan. It is absolutely beautiful. And when we fall plant it, we get 24, 30-inch stems on it. I mean, it is a real keeper, and it dries awesome. Our MASTERCLASS for October for my club was dried flowers. What now? We've dried all these leftovers all season. What do we do with them? And that's what the MASTERCLASS was about. And part of that was I showed what different flowers look like once they're dried. And the Maya and the Goldilocks, it's those ones that have just tons of petals that really were the most powerful as dried flowers, for making wreath work and doing different things. And I'm looking forward to doing some of those things over the winter with them. So, all right, friends. So, Kim, I hope that helps you. So you can restart them. I don't think there's no loss. I would definitely do it now, and I'd plant those others. And you might be surprised how much they just might rebound. So I just wanted to invite everybody again to my class tonight. It is a free live masterclass. And yes, friends, it's really live. It's so funny. People think it's not really live. And I can see them in the comments, and Jesse's there with me in the comments, and people are surprised. It is me really going live, y'all, and I am teaching about where to sell cut flowers, and we talk about the cut flower industry, and just really blow some myths out of the water, like are there too many flower farmers, and how many flowers really are sold, and then we go through the 14 channels, the channels that I chose. There are more ways to sell cut flowers, or more places or avenues and sales channels and markets, but then the 15th, which is the big bonus for showing up live, is that we then drop in your inbox after the class is over all of my details on my members only market. And you just don't want to miss that. The members only market that I ran that for 25 years, I think. I started my business, and it was 2 years. I was 2 years in before I actually started it. I had to figure out a way, because I live in the middle of the city. I live in the most rural city ordinance place on the planet, right? I had to figure out a way that people could pick up their flowers from me at home, because we didn't really even have, farmers markets back then. And I just want you to know that anybody can take this model and tweak it to so many different ways. And we talk about that a little bit tonight too. I talk about one of the ways that one of my flower farming friends took it to the next level. And friends, I want to tell you this also. I just saw a text come across my phone. You probably don't know this, but we sell a couple products on Amazon. And one of the reasons that we did that was to get to our Canadian customers. There's them boys again. Stand by. This time they're together. And it just came across my screen that Bio 360 that we sell is now available on Amazon in Canada. So if you are one of our Canadian followers and friends, Bio 360 is now available in Canada. We can't wait to see how that all works. So friends, please join me tonight. It's my free live masterclass. You can comment Sales 101 here, and we'll DM you the link to sign up so we know where to send the link. We're going to send you a PDF download. Print out the worksheet and bring it to class with you. It'll be the best hour you spent all winter. It could change your 2025 season, friends. I mean, I'm not kidding. Planting the seeds of options for selling your flowers, to think outside of your box. And we just talk about so many things, like why you've got to have more than one outlet. And so I hope you will join me tonight. And because I absolutely adore teaching live. And then I have a great big old surprise at the end of the class. But friends, join me tonight, Sales 101, for the live master class. And you're going to get the complete details of my members only market, which we've never done that before. And don't miss out. So I hope to see you tonight. Thanks for joining me here today. Remember, the shopping show, it happens on Fridays at 12 noon. This may be the last week for fresh harvest from the garden. Everything's these cold nights are kind of closing us down, but we always show what's coming off of the farm, what I'm doing on the farm, and how we use those things. And can't wait to see you there. And that's inside our phone app. Think this, y'all. Compare it. I'm like QVC, but it's me showing you how to use our stuff and what we're doing here on my farm, and you can purchase. So the phone app is in your phone's app store. Just search Gardener's Workshop, download it. Join me at 12 noon on Fridays. You can watch replays. You can shop in there anytime. A lot of people, we do as much business over there now as we do on our website almost, because it's just really convenient and fun to shop over there. Each product has a little video that pops up and plays. So check it out. And if you know anybody in Canada, please let them know that Bio 360 is now available on Amazon from us. And we'd love for to connect with you guys there. All right, friends. Or you can comment. Thank you, Jesse. You can comment app here, and that will DM you the link to get our phone app. But see you if you're in my club. See you at 2:00 for the sewing circle. We're planting sweet peas this week. Friday, meet me at 12 noon inside our phone app for the live shopping show, which is just always tons of fun. I give away something every week, y'all. And the comments in there, people just have a great time. It's a lot of fun. All right, friends. But most of all, I hope to see you tonight in the free live masterclass, Where to Sell Your Cut Flowers. Comment Sales 101 and I'll get you an invite. Ciao, folks.